I see like an old western town.
Mm-hmm. Describe that. Tell me about it.
There's like wooden buildings and there's wooden rails out in front of the buildings to tie your horses up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tell me more.
it's like just a row of building. There's like one's a bar, a saloon,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a shop for buying things that we think we need.
Mm-hmm. And so explore this town. How do you feel about the town?
I feel like it's full of testosterone. It's like very kind of a simple feeling, but it's kind of focused on material and survival.
Mm-hmm. And is this a town you live in?
I'm just passing through.
Just passing through. So I want you to look down at your feet. Describe your feet for me, please. What do they look like?
And they're bare feet and they're dirty and and kind of darker skin.
Mm-hmm. Look up your body. Describe your body for me.
I've got thin but defined. I'm kind of thin and you can see my muscles because I use them to get me around.
Mm-hmm. And is your body male or female?
It's a male body.
Mm-hmm. And how old does your body feel here?
It feels like it's 36.
Mm-hmm. And so describe your upper body. What are you wearing?
I don't have a shirt.
Mm-hmm. So what does your chest look like?
It's kind of thin but a little bit broad across the shoulders.
Mm-hmm. And what does your face feel like? Describe your face.
It's kind of long and
Tell me more.
I got dark eyes and dark eyebrows. I got long dark hair.
Mm-hmm.
My cheeks are high, and I'm only wearing like cloth or leather around my private parts.
Mm-hmm. And so explore this scene. Come into the body. Why are you here in this scene? You're just passing through.
I'm here to meet another man.
Mm-hmm. Who is this man?
He's a white man who's a shaman or a healer.
Mm-hmm. And who are you? What is your position?
I'm a medicine man.
Mm-hmm. And do you belong to a tribe?
I do, but I've left my tribe.
Mm-hmm. What tribe? What tribe do you belong to? What tribe did you leave?
I left the Economawak.
Mm-hmm. Can you say that word again?
Oconomawak.
Mm-hmm. Why did you leave them?
Because it was my time to connect with other people, other tribes.
Mm-hmm. So, what is this land that you're in then, that you're exploring? Where is this?
It's in the West.
Mm-hmm.
It's in California, or it's called California now.
Mm-hmm. And where did you come from?
I came from the Far East.
Mm. And how have you been getting to California from the Far East? How'd you get this far?
I came on foot.
Mm-hmm. Has anyone been traveling with you?
I had companions for part of the travels.
And where did they go?
They went to their places for their time, or disseminating across the country.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to bring the medicine to the people.
Mm-hmm. And so, what is the medicine? Yes, describe that for me. What is the medicine?
The medicine is simply love.
Yes. Very good. So let's close this scene and let's go to the scene where you are with the white medicine man. Go there now. And tell me what you experience.
He's asking me questions. He wants to know my ways in the world. He wants to connect so he can feel supported in his natural ways and beings in the world.
Mm-hmm. So, what is the tribe he's a part of?
He is a part of the white Western world and tribe.
And how did you learn about him?
I heard about him from the eagles.
Mm-hmm.
They fly above to help us find each other.
Mm-hmm.
And they came back to tell me where to go.
And that's how you found him.
Mm-hmm.
And so, describe this scene. What do you call this medicine man? Does he have a name that he's introduced himself by?
He's tall and thin. He's kind of in his mid-40s.
Mm-hmm. Look into his eyes. What color is his eyes?
And he's got blue eyes.
Look deeply into his eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul. Do you recognize him in your current life?
His eyes match my nephew Bodhi's eyes.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And so let's go into the heart of this meeting of two medicine men. What is the purpose of the two of you coming and sharing? What are you teaching him? Describe that for me, please.
I'm teaching him that it's twofold. It's about trusting himself and his instincts around healing and health, and trusting the gifts and the medicine of earth, the provider for us all.
And does he receive this?
He does. He's very open and very eager.
And what else? Tell me more about this meeting. What does he call you? How have you introduced yourself to him?
I call him by his name, and his name is John.
Mm-hmm. And how does he refer to you?
He calls me by the name he gives me.
And what name does he give you?
He calls me medicine man.
Mm-hmm. Is that what your tribe calls you?
They do call me the medicine man.
Mm-hmm.
They call me River.
They call you River. Wonderful. So, River, let's advance this scene to the next most important moment where there's information. Go into that space now and describe to me what's happening.
I'm high in the mountains, and I'm standing on a ledge in front of a hollow into the mountain like a cave.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
And this is my place where I praise and worship, which in exchange brings healing and life for me to be in this body on this earth.
And where is this place? The same place where you met John?
No, this place is north.
North. Where north?
It's in North America and Alaska.
Very good. What's important about this scene? Describe for me why you're here. what this is showing
you. I'm here because it's showing me the place of going inside to find the connection and the healing within.
you. Very good. Is there anything else in the scene that's important?
That I'm by myself and I'm away from all of the busyness down below and the busyness above. I am in a place of strength and stillness. I'm housed inside of that to help me experience that inside and out.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Let's close this scene and let's go to the next important scene in the life of Medicine Man. What's happening?
There's a bright green light.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
It's shining all around above my vision and in my head.
Mm-hmm. So explore this bright green light. Where is it coming from?
It's coming from inside in my heart.
Mm-hmm. And so go in there and describe it as it shows itself to you. Tell me about it.
It's the vibration and the energy. It's like ether.
Mm-hmm.
It's a product of love
Mm-hmm.
that moves through my body
Mm-hmm.
and up and out of my head.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel?
I feel like I'm just I'm easy and content.
Very good. Let's close the scene and let's go to the last moment in your life, the last breath. Go there and what's happening with your body?
Mm, I'm seeing the town again around me,
Mm-hmm.
but this time I'm sitting in the town and I'm floating up and watching the town just fold over.
And how does your body die?
My body dies by me choosing to leave it.
Mm-hmm. How old were you as you're dying?
I'm only a few years older. I'm
Mm-hmm.
41 years old.
And is anyone around you as you leave your body.
There's people around. There's some people around that are present with the body, and there's other people around that are not.
Mm-hmm.
They're just continuing to move and do their things like squirrels running around.
And so as you leave that body, look around you and describe what you see.
I see a bunch of flashes of twinkly light and kind of a darker midnight blue sky.
Mm-hmm. What else?
It's like I'm floating amongst the stars.
Wonderful. Tell me more. Where do you go?
I go to the Milky Way, where there's billions and billions and billions of stars.
Very good. So as you're floating in those stars, I would love to connect the highest self today. May you speak with the highest self, the all-knowing part.
You have my permission to speak with me.
Thank you. This is the highest self.
I am the highest self.
Thank you. You could have shown Teresa any life. Why did you show Teresa this life as the medicine man?
I wanted to connect and confirm her to native her native life and her love for the native peoples of the North American world.
Mm-hmm. And what time period did this native life happen as the medicine man? So that Teresa knows.
This time period happened around the 1500s.
Mm-hmm. And where in North America did it happen besides Alaska?
She traveled from northern Wisconsin through Canada into Montana, from Alaska down into California.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful traveling. So Teresa is grappling with the ego, as many are. And what advice can you give her about teaching yoga, about her job as an occupational therapist? What words of wisdom do you have for her to help her to be her truest, highest self?
The first first thing to know is to love all parts, including ego. Ego is a vehicle for learning.
Ego is a vehicle for learning. It's wonderful.
So to recognize it and not focus on pushing or straining to run away from it, but to acknowledge the gifts that ego has to show so that you can move into other places and spaces and connections with all walks of life and all people around. And being able to trust the energy of excitement with new things coming, and not to be fearful. All is planned. All is beautiful.
And what are the new things that are coming?
There's more love and peace.
More love and peace. We're in a difficult time right now, it feels. Is that true? That we are in a difficult time, or does it just look that way?
It's part of this illusion of the mind. It's part of the veil. It's part of the dark veil cloud that everyone can lift.
Tell me more about this dark veil cloud. What is that about?
It's about being asleep and being in the mechanical, robotic world.
Why are we in that world? How did it get there?
We put our trust in machines and we saw we could create these machines.
Who created them?
We created them, but we put our minds too far into the machines. So we lost ourselves in the machines, and the machines keep growing bigger and bigger.
And are there any humans still operating the machines, or are they operating themselves?
There's always an operation behind the machines and behind the humans.
And what is that? What's operating behind the humans?
It's what you call the isness.
What you would call the isness is operating behind the humans.
It's all for play.
It's all for play.
It's all for experiment.
What is this experiment?
It's experiments with combining all of creation, bringing all of creation into one place, trying to see if through a natural progression we can experience all of creation.
And are we creators then?
We are creators.
How do we get back to that then? We've forgotten.
There's no need to worry or fear.
There's no need to worry or fear.
There's no need to force. Just allow. All will be remembered in time.
Allow, and all will be remembered in time.
Everyone is moving at a different time.
Everyone's moving at a different time. Is time ending soon?
There's only this. There's only this now.
There's only this now.
Time's